Welcome to Destination Linux, the BPRD of open source demon slaying, where every commit is a Hellboy-sized punch against the proprietary apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
I'm your Liz Sherman this week, Jill, sparking flames of freedom with my occult tech crew, ready to banish closed source from the underworld. Ryan is our world destroyer, Gruff, hacker-crushing hero, smashing cybersecurity threats with the right hand of doom and a cigar-chomping disdain for corporate lock-in.
That was
Michael-
my nickname in elementary school. Was
Disdain?
World Destroyer.
Yes, exactly.
Aww.
I like how you of course, you made yourself Hellboy.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, naturally.
Michael is our Abe Sabian, quirky software diving scholar, probing the murky depths with fishy finesse and always muttering about proprietary curses. His mantra, code in the open or swim with the eldritch horrors. This week's mission, we're battling the UK's privacy banning laws, summoning open source spells to protect user freedom, guiding a listener through installing DaVinci Resolve on Linux like it's an ancient ritual, and exploring Gapless music players for seamless tunes, plus a few more secrets from the BPRD archives. So grab your charm of protection, sync your repos, and remember, in open source, we don't summon monsters. We banish them with the power of free code. Let's save the world. This is Destination Linux.
Nice. I like the Abe Sapien choice. At least this wasn't like a bashing me this time.
We say, I mean, you're a fish, a little guppy, you know.
I mean, but Abe Sapien's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah,
he had some
he
pretty cool powers. There you go.
you didn't make me the thing that turns into like one you kill it and it becomes two Samael. You didn't make me the demon Samael.
Damn,
Thanks.
missed an
Appreciate it.
opportunity. Dang it. Next time I got you. This week in our community feedback, we received feedback from ihatewindows.com. I don't know if that's a real website. That is their username, but I love their username. Don't go to the website because I don't know. I mean, proceed at your own risk there with that. But great username.
Great.
Hello.
Yeah.
My favorite podcasters, especially Ryan. Hope you're having a fantastic week.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
For those who are curious, the people are thinking, well, of course he's replacing Jill. Actually, in this email, they said especially Michael.
There's got to be a mistake. That's a mistype. They meant to say Ryan there.
They meant to say Jill, probably.
Maybe. They go on to say, I have a question on DaVinci Resolve on Linux. I've recently switched to Linux, Fedora to be exact. Good choice. And love using it. I haven't had an issue on it, but I have a problem with it on NVIDIA graphics. However, if I ditch NVIDIA and switch to AMD, I then have trouble installing DaVinci Resolve on it. If I switch back to NVIDIA, then DaVinci Resolve works, but some other things end up breaking. I do not know how to use Xwayland, and I do not want to switch to Linux Mint or any other Debian-based distro because my laptop is relatively new. And after trying the Debian-based distro, I had problems with either out-of-date drivers and my function keys not working. I've been tortured by Windows for years. And while I've used a MacBook before, macOS is way too limiting and the most of my games don't work on it. I've fallen in love with using Linux ever since PewDiePie challenged me to try it. That PewDiePie video, that did a lot of good for Linux.
It did pretty good. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. And now I want to use Linux fully. I don't have a spare laptop running Windows 11, or I do have a spare laptop running Windows 11 as a backup, but I want to get rid of it once and for all. And DaVinci Resolve is the only thing that's keeping me from fully using Linux. What should I do? Well, since Michael's your favorite, let me delete my comment. And Michael, what's the answer there? Since
good thing I already looked up what your answer was, so I have your answer.
Darn it. No, so the obvious answer for DaVinci Resolve, which by the way has been a major pain point for everyone on this show. DaVinci Resolve is not easy to install in Linux, yet it is a fantastic tool. They say they support Linux, but they really support Linux more on like a server-side CentOS kind of standpoint.
Well, not server, but yes, the Rail family is what they're focused on exclusively, it feels like, yes. They're pretty much, you can kind of get it working in Fedora fairly easily because it's based on...
No, not fairly easily. Unless you're on NVIDIA.
I mean, compared to other systems, like the other distros, some distros, it is just a nightmare.
It is.
You know?
It is a big problem. DaVinci used to have this thing where to get to their download, you had to fill out information and it had a comment section. And every time I'd be like, please make this a flat pack. Please make this a flat
Maybe that's
pack.
why they stopped making you have to click that and put that stuff in
because
there.
that's all I would put in there is please make this a flat pack.
Yeah. I mean, why have they not
DaVinci.
made a flat pack yet? I mean, it seems like the perfect tool for a flat pack. Please.
They could sell so many more licenses. I mean, DaVinci is a proprietary tool, but unlike Adobe, they don't sit there and try to nickel and dime you and rip you off. You can buy a license. It's perpetual. You can use it, until you need a new
technically
version.
speaking, they don't require it's perpetual for that version, but they also give you like updates. So I've had the same key, I think, since version 17. They're like 20 now, and it might be 18. Either way, but most of the time when you buy a product that the new major version makes you buy again, DaVinci Resolve, they don't make you do that. So I don't. At some point they will. But I don't know.
Very fair with the pricing. They have a lot of cool tools. Like Michael has a actual physical device that you can play with the videos and things. He's looking around his room, so it's clearly not next to him. But
I wasn't editing today, so I moved it away.
They have
I
actual
want to sit
physical editing boxes and things that you can utilize with DaVinci Resolve. It's for professional movie creation, development, that type of stuff. So, on Linux, we don't have access to all the Adobe garbage, which I don't know if that's a loss or not. DaVinci is really a really good replacement. Now, if you need non-professional, you can go with one of the Kdenlive, and those type of things work just fine. They're great tools. But if you start getting the professional editing where you've got to mix tracks, do different cutaways, color corrections, sound corrections, all of that type of stuff, there's really no comparison. Motion graphics to DaVinci.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we've established that, I have struggled. I'm the guy who I originally got the original Doom working on Linux. I'm pretty sure it was one of the first videos, if not the first video ever, hacking Doom to get it to work on Linux before it was officially supported. I don't have a problem hacking away.
You're talking about the 2016 version.
Yeah, 2016 version.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I don't have a problem.
I was thinking people in the audience are be like, I played Doom in the 90s. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't have a problem hacking away at software is what I'm getting at. And I have hacked away at DaVinci on multiple distros and struggled. But as I was trying to look for an answer for you, because honestly, I don't remember all the steps on my AMD system that I had to do, but I know it involved OpenCL and downloading that and then removing some other packages and then keeping some packages from updating because it will ruin it and all this stuff. I found this perfect solution. It's on GitHub and it's called DaVinci Helper. And it's a GUI that you download. And when you download this GUI, it essentially is like install the right drivers for DaVinci and then set up DaVinci and then launch DaVinci. And it's literally like 3 steps. And it does it all for you in the background. And then DaVinci works like perfectly. I got it installed within minutes after using this helper. So, and did it in Fedora to test for you. So it works beautiful in Fedora. It's 3 clicks. You can't go wrong. Now that's with AMD. If it's NVIDIA, they do have stuff that helps with NVIDIA too. So I don't know which one you ended up on because you said you were switching back and forth. But it seemed like you wanted to stay with AMD. So that's on an AMD system completely. So that fits the bill perfectly. You're welcome. That'll be $59.95 or a simple $5 patron membership will do. I think that's a good deal. That's a steal.
That is a good deal. It's a really good deal.
Free tech support? I mean, come on.
And also, this is going to help a lot of people.
Ooh,
I know.
It's freemium. It's kind of freemium. You got to pay once you use the tip.
Oh, I see. So, you get the tip for free, but if you feel obligated because of the honor system, then you become a patron.
I love that we're challenging their honor. No, there you go. I love
Klingons,
this tool.
we challenge honor.
So H3RZ3N, the person who created this, you're a freaking genius. You are just absolutely amazing. And somehow
Herzen. I think it's supposed to be Herzen.
Somehow did what nobody else has been able to do, including DaVinci. You made it like, I don't know why DaVinci doesn't go there and look at this and just be like, create that as their installer. Like, it's so good. It's so well done. But that's our community, man. They hack around. They fix these type of problems for us. It's so awesome. I freaking love it. I love it.
So this is very cool, but it does matter. We have to be very specific about this because I was digging in, looking at the frequently asked questions and all that sort of stuff. This is really cool, and it will help the person or the IHateWindows.com person who sent in this feedback. But if you're not running Fedora, this will not help because it says the DaVinci helper officially supports only Fedora Linux, all spins and derivatives. So it is meant to be just for Fedora.
Now, I know our community, Michael. Someone's going to go take the Fedora.
But here's the thing: they're actually working. They're working on a new rewritten version of this same application, so they can add support for Debian-based systems.
Nice.
But it's currently in development for that. But so they're still working on it, and it's very cool. But there is also another project called Make Resolve Deb, DEB. Yeah. And that is for Debian and Ubuntu-based systems. I haven't used. I used it a long time ago, and it did work, but I haven't used it in a while, so I don't know if it works.
And he didn't test for you. I hate Windows, whereas I went and tested for you. So why is Michael especially Michael and not especially Ryan?
No, this is me answering other people's question because he said he's using Fedora. So we don't know who
I Hate Windows is. So I'm just saying that.
I mean, I Hate Windows says they're using Fedora. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying I Hate Windows should have said especially Ryan because the person who answered their question was Ryan.
I feel like you I feel like you put in the effort to find the answer as best you can so that you could be pointing out the whole especially Ryan thing.
I need one more population of one more for my village. And I Hate Windows, I think, would be a good member to my village.
Yeah, maybe. There's also a DaVinci box. It's like a distro box for DaVinci Resolve. I haven't tried that one either. But there's those three options I feel like are going to cover the wide gamut of the people who might be wanting to use DaVinci Resolve because it is a great video editor.
Yeah.
Jill?
I hate Windows.com. Thank you for writing in and letting us be a part of your Linux journey. And I've been rocking DaVinci Resolve on Debian and Ubuntu for many years.
Well, how did you get it to work, Jill?
Thank you to Ven Stone and his beautiful tutorials that are out there in the YouTube universe.
Okay. Don't you mean Ven Stone?
Yes.
All right, so look up Ven Stone tutorials if you're on Debian. Do they still work to this day, Jill, or are they only on like...
Yeah. His last video he did was about 3 years ago, and it should still work, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, maybe go check those out.
Upgrading
as well. But if you please take note, IHateWindows.com and the rest of the world, that the person who gave a firm answer was Ryan, whereas Jill and Michael gave potential suggestions, which is why your email should say especially Ryan. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.
I will admit it. In this particular instance, for this individual person's feedback, Ryan did a better job.
Thank you for your attention to this matter, everyone. All right, moving on. If you want to send your comments, go to destinationlinux.net/comments or destinationlinux.net/forum and send in your comments and make sure to put especially Ryan in to get them to the top of the list. You know what, Michael? As Linux users, we know what's up. Security is non-negotiable. But with threats getting smarter, your security tools need to keep pace without dragging your system down. Traditional agents, they slow you down and leave blind spots. It's time for a smarter approach. That's why Destination Linux is proud to be sponsored by Sandfly Security. It's a revolutionary agentless platform that's designed for what we love, Linux. Go to destinationlinux.net/Sandfly and see how Sandfly can transform your security strategy. Jill, I don't know if people are listening to me when I say that. Can you give that URL to people so they'll actually listen this time? The destinationlinux.net/Sandfly. Can you tell them to go? Because they'll listen to you. They don't listen to me.
Go to destinationlinux.net/Sandfly. destinationlinux.net/SANDFLY.
See, you don't want to disappoint Jill. Jill's asked you to do something. Jill rarely asks anybody to do something. You don't want to disappoint her. That's why we want you to be like Timothy Lisko of DigitalOcean that says Sandfly is one of the most exciting pieces of security tech I've seen recently. We're excited to not only be a customer, but also offer an integrated solution to our customers through DigitalOcean Marketplace. This technology addresses Linux security in a really novel and compelling way. Sandfly doesn't just detect and respond, it revolutionizes security with SSH key tracking, password auditing, drift detection, covering threats from every angle, whether your systems are in the cloud, on-premise, on embedded devices. Sandfly ensures they're all secure without the headaches of an agent-based solution.
And you can also get started with a free trial to try out on any systems you want, and you can see how good Sandfly really is.
So go to destinationlinux.net/Sandfly and see how Sandfly can transform your security strategy. And we have an incredible interview with the CEO. Lots of great feedback we've received on that.
And also, we have the Sandfly Security Scoop that we just did with the CEO of Sandfly. So go check that out. We talked about all sorts of stuff related to DEF CON because he actually went to DEF CON, and I'm pretty sure that just ended. So we're going to hopefully have him back on to tell us about the experience with DEF CON and the Black Hat conference as well. And if you are interested in checking out Sandfly, be sure to use the discount code DESTINATION because that will give you 50% off the Home Lab edition. So that's, again, the discount code DESTINATION, and you can go to destinationlinux.net/Sandfly.
There should be a 51% discount by putting especially Ryan in the future. That should be 51%.
They might do it for Jill, not for you.
Aww.
So, Michael, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but the internet's done for. It's over.
Oh.
It's done. So
that's a bummer.
That's our topic, and that's about it.
Great way to start the show off with a different topic.
You know, we have a lot of listeners in the UK and Australia, so I'm going to be fascinated to see the feedback that we get on this. If you're not aware, the UK's Online Safety Act has caused really a huge stir amongst many
it is
platforms.
An axe because they are trying to ruin the internet.
They really are, including encrypted platforms like Signal. You know, Signal's involved, Discord's involved, all these different platforms and websites now have to get involved. The act aims to make the internet safer. And here we go, especially for children, by imposing a duty of care on online platforms to prevent and remove illegal and harmful content. This includes apps like Signal and Discord and many other applications. Really, any application that has user shared data is subject to this, and there's huge fines in addition. I just want to mention, and I've said this a long time ago in the show a couple of times, every time people give away their rights and their freedoms, it's always almost positioned every time as protecting the children, because the government knows, right, that this is a soft spot for every person who's a parent, even people who aren't parents, love children. And who doesn't want to protect children? So if you take a bill and you want to like spy on people or do whatever, and you say for your safety or for the safety of children, that's the kicker. People will give away everything because who doesn't want to protect children? And so I think that, you know, maybe there's good intentions behind this type of thing. But I think the issue is this type of stuff gets abused because the government doesn't just stop once they get one thing. They keep going, and it keeps piling and getting more strict and more rules and more, to the point where the internet is no longer the internet. I have children. I want to keep them protected from certain things on the internet. And I make sure in my household that chats and phones are regularly audited. Me and my wife, actually, the kids will give us their phones and we go through them, but we also have other ways of monitoring their activity and things on there. But I also know that a lot of parents don't. My kids have friends that come over and they have free reign on their phone. They can go to anything they want. Nothing's locked down. And these kids are allowed to basically check the internet without any restrictions, have conversations with strangers, all of this stuff. So, you know, different parents parent differently with that type of stuff. And I think there are dangers for kids. I don't think any of this stuff, by the way, is going to protect children in any way. There were talks about companies.
I mean, the fact that we have all these different YouTubers talking about VPNs and stuff, then it's just going to make more people use VPNs and stuff like that. And it's not really going to stop because kids can also understand technology much better than these politicians.
That's what I'm saying.
So like they grow up in it, so they understand it more, and they probably don't know how it works, but they know how to use it. And with these YouTubers constantly talking about VPNs and teaching you how to use a VPN and all that sort of stuff, it's guaranteed that this will not do anything in that situation. If they want to do it, they're going to figure it out. The problem is like people are talking about how like it's going to cost money to use a VPN. Some of them don't require money. Like there are some that are free, and some of them that are free are very sketchy. So, this is not good, and it's probably going to be worse ultimately.
Well, then they just ban VPNs, which is what will happen next, right? They'll go after VPNs and say, well, you can't use a VPN. And then it just will keep getting worse and worse and worse. Now, there are talks about companies like Signal having to break their encryption in order to monitor for harmful content, which, by the way, this was attempted by Apple as well. And you remember that the public really had an outcry about this. Apple was going to put some technology in to detect photos that would be illegal to have, and they found out that like the technology was only 20% or 30% accurate, something like that, but it wasn't 100% accurate. So you could be flagged for stuff that has nothing to do with illegal content all over the place, which creates its own concerns and issues out there. And Signal, thankfully, has basically come out and said, look, if you tell us to put a back door in our tool, we're literally just going to pull out of your country. Like, we're not going to have Signal anywhere, which is the proper answer in response to this. In fact, if all companies would unite in this effort, which they probably won't, but if they did, it would send a strong signal that this crap needs to end. So Google, Facebook, and everyone's like, no, we'll just pull our service out of your country. Then it's kind of like when the US tried to ban TikTok here. We all know TikTok's being used for unscrupulous purposes. And there's a reason why the government wants to get rid of it and out of people's hands. But people love it so much that they got super mad when they tried to remove TikTok. And the government's like, okay, well, if you're a government employee or you work in the military, you can't have TikTok. But fine, everyone else keep using the spy software if you want. So I think people
getting
need to
the dancing memes is very important, vital.
It is very, very important.
Well, it's especially hard because so many people actually their livelihood is on TikTok. It's one of the top place for creators to make money.
Yeah,
I was looking at all the reports.
Are we making money on TikTok?
I don't. Based on my research, TikTok is a way to get popular, but it's not. You don't make much money on the ad system. There's like a maximum
sponsors or something, maybe. Or?
You can get sponsors, but you can do that.
Selling their products from their store. That's what I have a few friends that do that.
The limitations of the store is very high. Like you have to get a certain like a very high threshold.
Okay, we need to get that threshold and sell Ryan.
So everybody who wants to help get Ryan is okay, I guess, merch through the TikTok store, go get the TikTok app and
that's not what we're pushing. We're going to get a Ryan action figure.
That would be very appropriate.
Yeah.
So what a Ryan's okay, I guess, action figure? What would that be like?
Ryan's okay, I guess. It just does everything okay. It kind of turns. It kind of has punch.
It has like half a kung fu action grip.
So digital right campaigners like the Open Rights Group says it's highlighted how the bill threatened to undermine our rights to communicate securely and privately. The other part of the bill, which I've seen unconfirmed reports of this happening even on Discord, is age verification. Sites are required to get a hold of users' driver's license in order to verify age. So now you see where this starts spiraling out of control.
There's also supposedly a way for like just uploading a photo of yourself as a proof that they could AI scanning, tracking to see if you're an adult or not. There's no possible way to
get a photo of an older person,
to create an AI image in the first place and just have it looking at that, or finding a picture of anyone on the planet on a Google Images, just search for like the description of a person, and then boom, you have a ton of different options. Like
your kids will be coming up, Dad, I love you. I just want a picture of us together, and then it's like,
and then slightly moves out of the way. Gotcha. The age verification is really bad for so many reasons. Number one, data brokers. Data brokers are absolutely going to get a hold of this. Hackers. There's the popular hack that happened to an app called the T, which apparently I don't know much about it, so don't jump all over me and get mad. But essentially, my understanding is it's an app where girls would go talk about guys that they're dating or whatever, and give like ratings and stuff of, hey, they're a good person or they're a bad person or whatever. It was usually bad, apparently.
The point of it was that they had to upload verification that they were a woman because they don't want men in the app. So they would use their driver's license. Guess what got hacked? all their driver's licenses. So now all of that is out there. Every one of those people who join this app have their driver's license exposed with their address, their picture, their driver's license number, all of this personal information because of this type of verification system, which is garbage. And so,
and it was just one breakage into this kind of data. Now there are some, not the T thing doesn't really matter because it's whatever. There are some people talking about this technology and some applications and some services are implementing a third-party tool that, quote unquote, promise that once you have the verification done, they delete the image or they delete the proof of it. And then there was also an instance where one of them didn't delete it and had it for months, and they found out that they kept it and stuff. So, lots of trust around here.
And kids could never get a hold of your username and password. They never have an opportunity to see it or utilize it or
and it's not like parents
at any point
would ever use like the same password for everything they use.
Which is probably their kid's name and their birth date, or just password, or
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8
word, because that's still a problem. So, Electronic Frontier Foundation also argues the act undermines privacy and free speech by enabling surveillance and content filtering. And of course, any backdoors that would be created to do this could have been used for purposes outside of protecting the children. So, when you create these backdoors into these systems where things can be scanned and looked at, guess who also can go into these backdoors? Now, since they've passed this law, VPNs, Michael, have been all the rage. They're up like 1,100% in downloads.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So, I don't know. The UK could obviously go after VPNs as well. My personal take on this is I applaud if the efforts were genuine to protect children. Obviously, we need to do far more things together as a society to do that. This is not the answer, though.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the idea of wanting to help protect children online is more and more important every day as the internet gets more and more utilized. Because there's certain parts of the internet that are just horrific, and you don't want kids to be anywhere
Facebook.
near that. Yeah, exactly. Also, some people would say TikTok, but it depends on your perspective.
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, horror,
whatever.
No,
yes,
if it's the Fediverse, then it's okay. But otherwise, the thing about this is that it's so interesting that we had a comment on a previous. So I covered it on Twill, and there was a comment about like, how could you be okay? Because I was against this on the show, and it was like, how could you be okay with kids getting access to this stuff? It's like, how do you do that leap in logic there? I literally said I'm not okay. I understand why someone would do this, and I'm not against that. But the way that they're doing it is not going to be effective. In fact, they don't even have a system. Like the UK just passed this thing, say do this, but here's no method of doing it. And if you don't even have if you don't understand that there is no solution, and you have to figure out a solution before you pass these things, then you're clearly just causing headache for the developers of the applications or the services and the websites. And you don't really care about what's actually going to happen because you don't understand what could or couldn't happen. So that's the issue I have with it, is that they didn't really have any idea what was going to do it. They just wanted to put this out there and say, hey, we're doing it for children, regardless of what's actually going to happen. And right now it's just basically making things worse for people, and people are going to circumvent it because it's easier to circumvent it than it is to go through all the headaches and stuff.
Look, it's like people are going to find a way. The bad actors, what you're doing is you're actually sending them deeper into deeper platforms that are less known, that they're still going to use to exchange explicit images and illegal images and things like that. You're sending them further underground, and it's going to make it harder to find them and expose them than it was before. That's what you actually end up doing. But thinking that doing this somehow makes all of that stuff go away, so the person making that comment to you really isn't thinking it through, because these people who create this type of content aren't going to go, oh man, I got to upload my drive, I guess I'll stop doing it. They're just going to find a platform and, and a different service on the dark web to go exchange all of this stuff anyways. You've accomplished nothing, and you have essentially punished the 99% of good people for the 1% of horrible people, and you've made the 99% more vulnerable to having their credentials and information stolen and their privacy violated. So no, there's nothing about this that's good. And I'm really interested to think about, or to hear from our UK listeners, to hear what their thoughts are on this. Also,
and which VPN they chose.
Yeah, what VPN they chose on it.
But also, it reminds me of this phrase. I don't remember exactly, so I'm paraphrasing it. But it's, if you trade freedom for security, you get neither.
Mm-hmm. That's a good
one.
Yeah, that's very
Jill,
good.
what are your thoughts on this?
Oh, geez. Just like what you were saying, Ryan, with this particular issue, no, having federal government kind of control these kind of problems is never a good thing. I've always kind of sided with the right of the parents on the situation. But
it just always puts the power in big corporations' hands.
I know, and it makes
will always be a big corporation that will be responsible for the third-party verification, a big corporation that then will take that information and eventually be like, well, by uploading it, you give us the right to sell your image and likeness for ads and everything else, and then it will become monetized, and then it's just going to make it. Now, here's a thought, because I know people are going to say, well, if that's not the solution, then how do you stop it? If you're worried about what kids have access to, why not make it mandatory in the UK that every router comes with child protection
parental control
blocking
stuff
enabled by default, and you have to manually go in and segment which devices and things are allowed to view other content on there. You could do something like that, right? So you're stopping all of that by
just
default.
as annoying, but it's annoying to the adult, not to everyone, because that would actually probably work too, because you could still work around it, but it will require a lot more effort to do so than just getting a VPN service.
And then with the telecom companies, require them to have, to select whether it's a child that has the phone or an adult that has the phone. And then those filters are on the phone by default if they're under the age of 18. You could do lots of things like that could help protect some of this content that don't just block everything and ruin everybody's privacy and security, and journalists and activists and everything else being exposed because of this policy. It's just, I don't see any good in it. But love to hear from the community. Maybe we got it wrong. Probably not. But maybe we got it wrong. You can send in your comments to destinationlinux.net/comments and let us know your thoughts on the matter. But that's our take. And it's right. Jill.
And it's right.
What do you got?
Oh, so this is something I'm really excited about hardware-wise, and Michael and Ryan, I think, are too. So
we'll see about that.
Maybe.
This is technology that many Linux enthusiasts, including me, have been waiting for years. We all love the battery efficiency and the easy on the eyes e-ink displays on our Amazon Kindles and tablets, but the refresh rate was just too slow to get any real work done.
Fair.
Modos Tech has announced the Modos Paper Monitor, which is an open hardware e-ink display development kit aimed at developers that offers high-speed performance with refresh rates of 60 to 75 hertz. Yes.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
75 hertz on our
You can play movies on this.
That is much better than 0.55 hertz.
Yes. And this monitor is powered by a Caster ePaper controller and connects via HDMI or USB-C, making it compatible, of course, with Linux, Mac OS, and Windows.
Blech. Oh, sorry. You said Windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, that's a natural reaction.
It's just natural. And it is 1600 by 1200 resolution for the 13.3-inch monitor and 1448 by 1072 resolution for a 6-inch display with support for various grayscale and dithering modes. Modos is offering the e-paper monitor and development kit for custom projects with options for monochrome as well as color panels. So
Some
that's
color e-ink
awesome.
there?
Yes.
Mm.
So the project is open source
Very interesting.
with the hardware design files and FPGA gateware available on GitHub. And Modos
That's awesome.
Tech on their crowd supply page states, got a spare e-paper screen gathering dust or looking to repurpose a display for your project? Our developer kit makes it simple, compatible with a wide range of screens from 6-inch up to 13.3 inch in both monochrome and color. The kit lets you easily connect and reuse unused displays. And with our monitor enclosure design files, you can build a custom monitor housing that perfectly fits your project's needs. And again, this is still in development, and the prices will come down and the technology will improve, but it is here. We have high refresh display on e-ink, which I am just so excited
I could
about.
see this being really useful for developers, right? They're looking at code all day long, and the crisp clearness of an e-ink screen when you're looking at that code would be really good. I could see it being super useful for writers, people who are writing books and things like that. You know, that e-ink is just so much easier on the eyes, and kind of, I don't know, gives you more of that book feel, I think, than any of the other types of displays. With that being said, though, Jill, $199 for the 6-inch version and the $599 for the 13-inch version.
Yeah,
I know it's for developers, and generally those are higher priced. So I see why you said it will come down if it gets funded, because right now they're trying to get funded. I think
they're like 50%. I think right now.
Yeah, they're doing really well. I checked 2 days ago, and it was under 40,000. So they've gone well above that now.
Well, people want it. I like it. People get what they want. Do I have to update or I have to upload my ID in order to get one?
No, you don't.
Oh, of course.
You do probably have to pay for it with your credit card. So
in UK, you might have to.
Yeah,
you have to upload your ID. You
or
want
maybe
e-ink?
use PayPal.
Not in this nanny state.
Yeah. So the development kit includes a screen, a main board, an adapter, a ribbon cable, and a USB Type-C cable. And I honestly would love to do my Destination Linux show notes on a high refresh e-ink display. It would be
Is Jill
so
just asked for a raise? Michael, did she just low-key?
I don't think she asked for a raise. I think she asked for us to buy it for her.
That's as a raise. That's like what she just said.
It's like a bonus, like a bonus.
Because she wrote that in the notes. I would love, hint, Michael Ryan, to do my Destination Linux.
It that way.
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah, there is that hint thing there. Okay.
You guys.
Now, the amount of money that we make on this show, we can afford the 6-inch version at best.
Yes.
we can do like a financing for the 6-inch version.
Yeah,
well, truth be told, I have to wait until the resolution gets higher because even 13.3 inch is too small for me to read.
Well, on e-ink, I wonder if you would still. Do you think you would still have that issue with e-ink though, or would it be usable?
It is better. I mean, I find I'm okay with the big Kindle because you can enlarge the font enlargement is really good on the Kindle.
Because that's like 11.6, the Kindle.
Yeah,
is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
maybe 10.6 or 11.6.
Yeah,
so if this one is much bigger. So if it could, resize the visuals enough, then that'd be good.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if we get, it's $599. If we get 500 new patrons, we will buy Jill this 13-inch version. You will pay for it. Essentially, you get the show and all the perks of being a patron, but we'll use the money to buy Jill a 13-inch monitor. It'll be about 500 of you. So, there you go. That's your.
Can you imagine
if y'all just collectively, band together and be 500 new patrons, we will definitely do this.
You disappoint Jill if you don't.
Don't disappoint Jill.
Well, can you imagine the power efficiency of playing games on these devices? It might be a little blurry, but
yeah,
it actually sounds very weird, and I want to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to do
they do show it playing videos, and it plays them, not particularly like crisp and beautifully, but it plays them. Here's the thing, though. We also have Tech Santa in the audience that may just buy it for Jill and send it to her. So there's that. For those don't know, we have a Tech Santa that just will send like Michael specifically knew
Typically.
hardware all the time.
Well, that's because Texana also was in the same city as me before he moved and before I moved. So
where's Texana been? I haven't heard of Texana in a long time. Ever since the world went cuckoo, Texana took off. Back to the North Pole.
I moved away and I don't live in that state anymore. But also, he moved about 6 months before I did. So, unfortunately, he did. But I did meet up with him before he moved because he wanted to say hey, do you want any of my stuff? So we met up for him to give me like one last giant collection of stuff from Texana. So there was that. And but that was a while ago.
Christmas right there with Texana, and then
he gave me one of the things he gave me that I use all the time is like a folding keyboard, and it's not. It was. I was like, yeah, I'll take it because traveling is really nice.
Yeah. Well, you could be Jill's Texana. There you go.
Yay!
Yeah, if you want to be Jill's Texana, you can get her one of these.
You have to buy us one first.
Yes, that's the tax. You got to get us one first.
I'd print out a nice monitor frame for it, and the monitor frame will have Destination Linux logo on it.
Oh, look at that. Now that you're talking about branding opportunity, Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, because you're going to brand it, if 499 new patrons show up next month, then we'll get it for you.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I lowered it by one. So,
branding is everything. Yeah.
Jill, this is really cool find. I think it's super cool. Appreciate you.
I think it's. I'm excited for it to become like an actual thing like a consumer can purchase.
Yeah.
Because it is a developer kit right now, so that means you're going to just get the monitor plus like a ribbon cable to connect it to something. You're going to have to do some extra stuff on top of it, which makes sense for developers, but also because that price might go down when it becomes a consumer thing. So if you are a developer and you're interested, then go check out the Crowd Supply so that you can back it, get your development kit, and then. I
Ship
can
it to Jill.
Yeah, I can get one later too. But also be sure to when you're done with it. I mean, we're not going to say just get it and then give it to Jill automatically. But when you're done with it, absolutely give it to Jill. Yeah. And if there's multiple developers out there who are done with it and they don't want any more, then you can send one to Ryan and I as well.
Oh, you put me first. Look at you. Sweet.
I'm not going to be selfish.
I mean, because it was just proper grammar, but still, I was first.
I mean, it was proper grammar. Actually,
I would have foregone the proper grammar and just put my name first. But
of course you would.
You showed some character there. Good for you, Michael. Good for you.
That was my mistake. Next time, though. All right.
What do you got, Michael?
Let's talk about a new AI tool that is called Newelle or Newelle. I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it, but it is a new application from the GNOME team. And I'm not sure if it's in the circle or not, but it was released recently as a 1.0 in their This Week in GNOME blog post. So this is a GTK4 libadwaita AI assistant app for the GNOME desktop. Basically a dedicated GUI front end to LLMs like cloud or local, not a full autonomous agent or anything like that. But what it has is support for OpenAI ChatGPT, if you want to, Google Gemini, Grok, and local LLMs via Ollama, as well as some other stuff like DeepSeek and Mistral and a variety of different options. You can choose the provider per profile and all that sort of stuff. So it has tons of interesting features. It even has, depending on the LLM, some of these features might not be there. Some of them will. It just depends if the LLM...
What do you mean? What features? Nothing works. It's...
Okay, we're going to get to this, but this is also a 1.0, so give it a little bit of slack.
GPT for all, everyone, and move on. That's
okay. That application is called GPT for all, not a Chat GPT. Yeah. It's a GPT.
Okay, GPT for all, everyone, and then forget what Michael's talking about.
GPT for all is good. I will say that, and we'll get to it in a second. Why are you going to jump the gun, jump the sharks, as it would?
Hey, how does Newelle respond to make me a coffee?
Well, I mean, it usually says this module is not working or request
that,
not.
Or it spends 10 minutes analyzing the request and then reboots your system to brew it. That was a AI joke that GPT for all came up with.
Wow.
Because Newelle doesn't work. So there's that.
Okay. So here's the thing. Ryan spent a grand total of like 2.5-3 minutes trying to get
just
to
trying
work.
to figure out how it works. Because
and to all fairness, the out-of-the-box experience is not the greatest.
It's terrible.
It's not the greatest.
Whoever created the interface does not need to create interfaces anymore.
Well,
they may be a fantastic coder, but not for interfaces. It's a special art, Michael. UX design is its own special art. And the UX is what I'm frustrated with the most. The fact that you can't do anything in it, well, that's a problem too. But just trying to navigate the UX is
all right. Okay. So here, fair enough. As a UX designer, it's hard to disagree.
It's an art.
The way it works is that you have to download the LLM in order to get to it. So when you choose it on the left, that doesn't mean you actually have it. You have to click on the right arrow, the download arrow on the right side, and you have to click that to get the thing. And then you have to select which one you want as well. And there's multiple different options. And then also some of the options are kind of buried underneath a sub menu at the bottom. So it could be improved.
What's Newell's motto? Privacy first, functionality maybe later. That was another AI joke.
That one's okay. As far as the harshness, I mean, whatever. But as far as like an AI joke, that's not bad. It's actually not bad. Anyway, if you can get it to work, here's the features that will come with it. You get voice.
I'm sorry,
chat.
man. I just couldn't hold a straight face through the thing. Like, we played with it, guys. We played with this before the show, and this is our live. I was sitting there, and I'm like, Michael, how do you get this thing to work? And Michael, because he designs UX and stuff, was like, oh, do you see that little icon? That's a download thing. I mean, it doesn't work, but that's what it's supposed to be. So
I mean, it does download this stuff.
I didn't even see that little two-stripe little blue thing that's super tiny on the right was supposed to be, oh, now you got to download it first to use it, which is fine because you have to do that in GPT for all too, but it has a big giant button that says download.
Yeah, download.
And then you get to using it right away. Whereas this...
well, also in terms of UX, you don't want to have the person interacting back and forth between different things. So like they have to select on the left side and then the download is on the right side. And then all the different things are on the right side. So you have to download them one at a time. And then you have to go down and open up an expanded menu to get more.
What you're saying is 100% true. But what you're saying is the user has to bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
Versus having it all in one, either on the right or on the left. And that's interesting. I didn't think about that being the cause, but that is part of the problem. It's not where your buttons they have don't work.
And also it depends on the region you're going for, because if it's a left to right type of language or a right to left type of language, it's different design styles. But obviously we're talking about a left to right. And that means the eyes of the person who's viewing it are always going to be on the left. So they would see the little radio buttons and the selector, but they might not pay attention to all the way on the right side. It's not a huge jump or anything. It's just like causing jumps makes it a little bit awkward. But I mean, that's something that can be addressed. You need a little bit more time to get used to how this application works, because to be admitted, I didn't look into the full depth of the documentation. There is quite a lot of information on it, and it's not going to be like an out of the box situation when like some LLMs require you to set up API tokens and all sorts of stuff like that. But with the local stuff like downloading Olama or even DeepSeek and stuff like that you can download directly to your system, it should just be a download and then select and run. In this particular application, that's not. I don't know. It's not working that way for me because I downloaded it, I selected it.
Me. By the way, Michael argued before he played with it that it was a me problem.
No. Jill,
am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
I didn't do that. I didn't. No.
Jill even said I was
Let's
right.
be completely upfront about it.
And then he downloads it and goes, okay, yeah. And it starts laughing and goes, okay.
Okay, you're not fully telling the story. What happened was you were talking about how it wouldn't work, and you just none of the LLMs worked. And then I said, "Hey Ryan, did you see the download buttons on the right side?" And I said it a little snarky. Well, fair enough, I did do that a little bit. And then as he goes, oh, okay. Then he starts going through it, and as I said this to him, I was already downloading and checking, and it didn't work. But I waited.
Still didn't work
until he tried it before I admitted it. Yeah, it didn't work.
So I just. For the people listening that developed this app, lots of potential here. And I mean,
it actually
like,
looks
I
really good,
love-
except for those one little UX
I
problem.
love the concept of getting AI in Linux, especially local models, and having the option also to reach out to the non-ones. You may pay for access to one of the Chat GPT or other things, and then you can interface with an app on your desktop. Love the idea. It's too early to even be released. This software, this thing should go back into alpha. It needs the proper UX designer to go through and make sure things are actually, and then the coders go through and make sure things actually work. So fix the UX and then fix the behind the scenes stuff so it works. Use GPT for all as your guide, or just use GPT for all. Just a thought.
So, okay.
And throw the baby out with the bathwater, because just use GPT
Also,
for all.
PyGPT is the one I like to use a lot.
Jill, we just agreed GPT for all was the one we're going to use. And now you go, listen, I don't want anybody else hearing this.
How do we agree with something if you're the only one who says it? How's that an agreement?
I hate that we have to grill Jill, so we'll cut. The audience won't hear this part, but Jill, please, we were just on telling everybody GPT for all. And then you come in and talk about PyGPT. What is it?
Correct. PyGPT.
Why is that better than Chat GPT for all or GPT
Python.
for all? Why do I keep saying Chat GPT?
It's actually been around longer.
Okay, so now we're going to go back to our audience. Jill agrees GPT for all is the best option, and that's the one we recommend.
I do like it. Yes.
Thanks.
There it is. So I actually have tried GPT for all, and it's pretty good. We covered it as a software spotlight a little while back.
Yeah,
and it is a good product.
It has good jokes too using Llama. I mean,
yeah, apparently. So this is overall very interesting, and I think it's cool that they're doing it because it's not just a chat system. Like it has that, but also it has like interactions with different things. Like it has terminal commands options. You can run terminal commands with it. You can do file management. You can do document editing. You can do all sorts of stuff inside the system. Now, obviously, I know some people are going to be really against the idea of AI running your system and that sort of stuff. But if you're using a local LLM, it's not as problematic as using like ChatGPT, for example. But in some cases, it could be, depending on which LLM you pick, there could be an issue, but you don't have to pick those. So just keep that in mind. But there's a ton of different things it has as a potential feature whenever it works. And they do look very interesting.
What's Newelle's version of a speedy response? After 3 days, it tells you it doesn't understand.
Why are you like using a chat AI to
make fun of Newelle?
Yeah,
because I'm helping train the AI
jokes
to be smarter. So it's
there you go.
But you're not giving this information to the AI. You're giving it on a podcast.
What's Newelle's idea of helping with coding? It deletes your script and freezes for an hour. Golly, man, this stuff is harsh. Yeah.
I mean, okay. The best part is that you're like, man, this is harsh. So you say it out loud on the show.
Listen, it's a great idea. Needs some work. Can we
There's
leave it
a lot
that,
of
Michael?
cool stuff
You're beating
in here,
the crap out of this, and it's really
I have said
unfair.
nothing of like.
If you think Michael's been unfairly negative, send your comments to destinationlinux.net/comments and let them know that you should give new software a chance, Michael.
You know what? Now here's the real test. So I'm going to, we're gonna do one more test. There's one test I did not do for this particular application. So we're gonna test it and see if it works in the default demo one that they have. There's like a demo LLM or something.
Yeah.
And I just want to know if that one works. I know it's a demo, but I just want to know if that one works, because if that doesn't
this
work,
will be a good test. Go ahead and test out the demo. I tried. It didn't work. But I'll tell you what does work. If you want to get it to work, if you just click uninstall and then install GPT for all, you're good to go.
You're golden. Yeah.
Jill jumped in the bandwagon. That's awesome. Well, Michael,
it does work with the demo version. So there you go.
It didn't work for me. That's cool. What does it do?
So I asked it what is the best desktop for Linux because of the fact that it's from GNOME, and it just gave me a bunch of different options. It didn't give me a best. So that sounds about right, actually.
GNOME wrote this?
Well, the LLM is from, who knows? I don't know.
But GNOME wrote the interface for it?
Well, I don't think it's actually a GNOME. I think it's like a GNOME circle thing where someone who's a part of the GNOME community is making it. I think that's what it is.
This is a community app? Oh man.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because it's on.
Are they the same person that got rid of app indicators by chance? Because
I
don't feel bad if it's them.
I don't think so because I haven't seen this name before. So maybe you're just bashing someone who's a brand new contributor. And
they need help. They need help with, and then this app will be perfect. It'll be amazing. All right. What's our software pick, Jill? It's certainly not this.
Yeah.
Newelle.
So we have a lot of music players on
bringing this to you.
So we have a lot of music players on Linux to choose from, but not all of them do well with large music collections. That's why our pick this week is Gapless. Gapless, also known as G4 Music, is a lightweight music player that is extremely easy to use, written in GTK4, and is ideal for very large music collections.
2 questions, Jill. Does it require me to upload my ID, and does it actually work?
It works, and it doesn't require your ID.
I'm in. Cool.
And Gapless supports most music file types, Samba, and any other remote protocol.
So it supports Samba. What about salsa?
Come on, Michael.
I mean, you did some AI jokes. I just get one dad joke in the episode.
I actually had AI write my jokes. Somehow that's how your brain works. It wrote it on its own.
Yeah, and it was a good one. You're welcome.
So Gapless can fast load and parse thousands of music files in just a few seconds and monitor local changes. And yeah, it is fast. I tested it out on a collection I had over like thousands of files. And it went through them pretty quickly. So Gapless has low memory usage for large music collections with album covers, both embedded and external, and no thumbnail caches to store, which also makes it
Remember
nice
that, Michael, when music used to come with album covers that you could open up and read and look at the art from the musicians and all that kind of cool stuff? Man,
no, I don't. I just remember Spotify and just having like...
Aw, I love my vinyl gate folds, especially the 3-sided ones.
I actually
people always give younger generations crap with stuff, but I'll tell you what I really like about this generation is they're bringing vinyl back. I've seen vinyl in Targets now and Walmarts and everything else. I love that this generation appreciates the vinyl, and I think it's awesome to get back to owning something physical again.
Yeah,
I think it's like a, what is old becomes new again type of situation where people are just kind of sick of all the streaming services and the subscriptions and stuff. And like,
they could have picked 8 tracks or cassettes or CDs even, but they picked vinyl, which is dope. Vinyl.
I mean, to be fair, it is the better of all of those options.
CD quality is better, but there's nothing like a vinyl. Vinyl has its own unique sound. It's really good. It's really unique. And I think it helps envelop you in the music more than the perfection of a CD. Technically, a CD is more perfect of a sound, but I like vinyl.
I mean, yes, but we also would have to start getting like CD players and having a CD player, like a
Walkman.
A Walkman. Yeah. I remember having like a Walkman that had like a clip on the side so you could attach it to your jeans and whatever on your belt.
Oh yeah.
It's the most hilarious. The most hilarious thing is because it would still skip no matter what.
If you jumped too much. I mean, if you walked at a very light pace, you could usually not have it skip too much.
If you wanted to listen to music back in the day, you're doing it because you want to go running or something. So it just defeats the point entirely.
More like it. We're skateboarding.
Well, that too. Yeah.
So cool. Aww. We were so cool as kids.
Yeah.
Of course.
So Gapless can sort by album, artist, title, shuffle your list, and has full text searching. And it actually has a really nice and easy to use adaptive user interface for different form factors, including desktop, tablet, and smartphone, and adjusts very easily, which is really wonderful. And it follows GNOME light or dark mode. Woohoo!
I mean, the most important question here, Jill, it's great that it has dark mode. It's very important. Does Gapless there's this feature, I'm not sure if they have it because it's hard to tell based on the name. Does it support Gapless playback?
Absolutely. Gapless playback, of
Oh, that
course,
makes
because
sense.
it's in the name. And it's kind of funny that they didn't put that at the top of the list. I was surprised. I'm like, I thought that would be at the top. And it supports drag and drop with other apps, has an audio peaks visualizer, and supports normalizing volume with replay gain. And you can create and edit playlists, drag cover to change order or add to another playlist. It's really, really, really easy to use. And
And
it
it
can be
automatically
downloaded.
scans for your music. Like the second
Yes.
you open it, it
Like
starts finding music, which I think is genius. It's got a
that's
very nice interface.
yes.
It's created by GNOME too.
Yeah. Well, what's really cool, Ryan, it's
It
kind of
works.
funny that you said that it scans for the music. For so many years, it seems like all the music programs, you have to go tell it what directory. And all
Mhm.
the earlier music programs, like from years ago, would automatically scan.
Search. Yeah.
So now that's back again in Gapless.
It's got dark mode. What else
Yeah,
do you
it's got
need?
dark mode and can be downloaded as a handy flat pack.
Very cool. This is a good
Yeah,
one.
it's a really good one, actually. It's one that I'm going to be using for my collection.
Well, look at that. It's got Jill's seal of approval. Boom. It's done.
Is that a Jill of
Stamped.
approval?
Yes.
Stamped, sent,
Yes.
deliver. What's the saying?
Jill of
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Signed, sealed, delivered. That's something.
Signed, Jill, delivered.
Signed, Jill, delivered. That's it. It's signed, Jill, delivered. Well, a big thank you to each and every one of you for supporting us by watching or listening to Destination Linux. However you do it, we love your faces. And you can come join us on Discord. As long as you're in the UK, you may have to upload your ID to get into it, but that's not our fault. Talk to your government. Go to tuxdigital.com/Discord and come hang out with all of the users there. Amazing people. By the way, I was looking at our emails from our listeners, Michael. We have some of the funniest freaking listeners ever. Like some of their jokes and ability to latch on to random things in this show is unparalleled. I literally laugh out loud reading some of these comments and stuff, the stuff they come out with. Like, unbelievable. I love our listeners out there. So thank you for sending in your comments and show note that we use for our show every single week because they're amazing.
Yeah,
and
I love them. It's helpful for the content as well, but it's also just it's fun to see them. And sometimes they'll send us an email that is mostly just memes of the like inside jokes of the show, and at the very end, there's like actual feedback that they want to cover.
Some of it's sly. Like I read it one time, and I'm just like, okay, and then I realize that they've put little insults to me in there somehow and stuff, but funny ones, so it's okay. Like it's just good. They're really good. They're very clever. Our audience is.
Yeah, and
like
if you want to send us,
they can open doorknobs and stuff.
They're like raptors. That clever girl. So there's also. There's also our forum. So if there is an issue and you can't get access to the Discord for whatever reason because of the UK thing, we do have a forum, tuxdigital.com/forum, and that one doesn't require you to because I don't know if I have to. We'll find out at some point. And
could you imagine if we had to like collect people's IDs to get onto our forum?
Oh,
we just wouldn't. We just
wouldn't. we would just
by the way,
not
we
have
won't.
a forum. Yeah, we would either not have the forum.
UK.
Or we would block the UK IPs.
How terrible! Because like we have a huge listener base in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely, and it would be just a pointless shame because our forum has nothing to do with any of the things that you're trying to stop or whatever.
It's like literally
because of like the ramifications of like you have to deal with these sorts of things sometimes, like the GDPR. If you collect any information, even if you're doing it with like someone like that's why Americans see the whole pop-up cookie thing. Is because of GDPR, compatibility or whatever. And if you, because if you have anyone in your audience that is from the European Union, you have to implement these things. And if the UK does something like that, then we're going to see a lot of
some
this
of that stuff. I'm okay with. I like some of the GDPR. I like the fact.
Well, I'm not saying the GDPR is wrong or bad or anything. I'm just saying that's why people are seeing the cookies, even though the US doesn't have anything to do with those sorts of things.
I got
They're still saying it.
But what's interesting is we got some really good things out of the UK. Apple having to go USB-C, really good thing.
I think that was
privacy
the EU as
protections, really good thing. But this garbage. All right,
yeah,
Michael.
Yeah,
people want to support us.
If you want to support us, you can do it multiple ways. First of all, if you want to be one of the 499 patrons that are added to the new patrons to get Jill that high refresh e-ink display, go to tuxdigital.com/membership to sign up. And you get a bunch of perks. You get access to watch the show live. You get unedited episodes. You get access to the merch discounts and so much more. And yeah, I said merch. So if you want to support the show in another way, you can go get some awesome merch like what Jill's wearing, the shirt I'm wearing, nothing that Ryan ever holds up. You go to tuxdigital.com/store to check out all the cool stuff we have like hats, mugs, hoodies, shirts, and more at tuxdigital.com/store.
Ryan is holding swag from a convention, a Linux convention.
It's still sitting on my desk.
Yeah. And make sure to check out all the cool shows here on Tux Digital. That's right. We have an entire network of shows to fill your whole week with geeky goodness. Head to tuxdigital.com to keep those Linux penguins marching. And everybody, have an awesome week. And remember that the journey itself is just as important as the destination.
And that was good, Jill, but that's not what the text says. So read it with the text correct.
Aww.
Doesn't say have an awesome week.
Everybody have a great week.
Jill, you didn't have to listen to me. Jill, you don't have to listen to me, Jill.
Jill, you don't have to listen to Ryan. Nobody listens to Ryan anyway.
Right. Oh, that was hilarious. Plus, you didn't add in the Hellboy theme. You should have said something like it's clobbering time or something.
Oh,
that's not even a Hellboy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
the thing from Marvel's Fantastic
Aren't they the same?
Four.
One's red, one's orange. They look the same,
They don't look the same at all. Not even close. One's made out of a brick and one's a demon.
One has a brick hand.
But that's a different. One's a little red demon that becomes a giant red demon, and the other one is just a giant brick man.
Huh. Well, it's a little different. What's Hellboy saying then? What's this saying?
It's demon time? I don't know.
Let's find out.
Oh, I know what he says. He says, "Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week."